Hello everyone. I welcome you to Unit 3, Buy or Reuse. I hope you have a good day. In this unit, we have some main contents like identifying facts and opinions when you read something. About vocabulary, we will learn about phrasal verbs. About writing, you will use how to use sentence varieties. And grammar, we have a look at future time clauses. About the learning outcome, that's what you have got after finishing the lesson. You know how to respond to test questions by writing a paragraph that state and support your opinion. Okay? Now, firstly, I have a question for you. Is it better to say what you have or to buy new things? Is it better to say what you have or buy new things? Is the unit's question. After we finish the unit, can you answer this one? And some question for discussion. What are some things that people have prepared? For example, computers, clothing, watches, cars. And what is the oldest piece of clothing that you still wear? How old is it? And why do you still have it? Okay. Can you answer this question? Our reading today is Think Before You Toss. However, before we start the reading, I have some vocabulary for you. Attitudes, consequences, consumer, disposable, factor, feature, habit, persuade, projection. Now read it again. Attitude, consequences, consumer, disposable, factor, feature, habit, persuade, and projection. About attitudes, it is a noun. It is the way you think, you feel, or behave. The way you think, feel, or behave. 态度, right? Attitude. Consequences, things that follows as a result or the effect of something else. Consequences, it is a result, 后果, right? Consumer, the person who buy things or use services. Khi mà các bạn mua cái gì đó, các bạn sử dụng dịch vụ gì đó thì các bạn được gọi là consumer, khách hàng, right? Disposable, it is an adjective, something you can throw away. Disposable dish, đĩa dùng một lần đấy, thường khi mà các bạn dùng xong các bạn bỏ đi đó, nó gọi là disposable. Factor, it is a noun, right? One of the things that influences a decision or situation. Một trong số những thứ mà có ảnh hưởng đến một quyết định hay một cái tình huống nào đó. Factors, yếu tố, nhân tố. Feature, an important or noticeable part of something. Đặc điểm, right? Habit, you know this word, right? Something you do very often. Persuade, a verb, to cause somebody, to make somebody to do something by giving him or her good reasons. Thuyết phục ai đó, đúng không ạ? Persuade somebody to do something or persuade somebody not to do something. Possession, it is something that you have or you own. Sở hữu, sự sở hữu, right? Tài sản, yeah, possession. Okay, now read all these words again. Right? Now you know the meaning, you know how to pronounce this word. Can you use it in sentences? Choose which word to fill in the blank for question from 1 to 9. Now this is the answer for you. The way to do this exercise, I have told you many times before, right? So I think you can finish this exercise easily. Now we move to the reading room. This is a magazine article about the growing problem of too much trash. It discusses some of the reasons for this and suggests some possible solutions. In the reading, the author uses the term throwaway society. What do you think throwaway society means? It's a society that recycles a lot? It's a society that throws away a lot? Or it's a society that isn't important? Can you guess? If you can't guess, read the text to find the meaning of throwaway society. Why don't you just take them to the shoe repairman? He'll put new soles on, tie them up, and they'll be good for many more years, my grandfather suggested. I was complaining that my favorite shoe was falling apart after only 6 months. Grandpa, that shoe repairman went out of business years ago. No one repairs shoes anymore. And really, I don't mind. I'd rather buy a new pair of shoes, even if they don't last that long. Nothing built to last anymore, he sighed. Perhaps Grandpa has a point. In our modern world, when something wears out, we throw it away and buy a replacement. If a shirt is torn or a coffee machine breaks, you throw it away. The problem is that countries around the world have growing mountain of trash because people are throwing out more trash than ever before. For example, in the United States, the amount of trash per person nearly doubled from 1960 to 2000. How did we become a throwaway society? First of all, it is now easier to replace an item than to spend time and money to repair it. Thanks to modern manufacturing and technology, companies are able to produce items quickly and inexpensively. Products are plentiful and prices are low, so we would rather buy something new than repaired. Even if we did want to repair something, many items, from toaster to TVs, are almost impossible to repair. These products contain many tiny, complicated parts. Some even contain small computer chips. It's easier to throw these items away and buy new ones than to fix them. Another contributing factor is our love of disposable products. As with the people, we are always looking for ways to save time and make our lives easier. Why should we use cloth kitchen towels? It is easier to use a paper towel once and toss it out. Companies manufacture thousands of different kinds of disposable items. Paper plates, plastic cups, cameras, razors for shaving, to name a few. Because these products aren't designed to last, companies know that consumers will have to replace them, buy them over and over again. What's wrong with that, you ask? The problem is that disposable products are contributing to our trash problem. Our appetite for new products also contributes to the problem. We are addicted to buying new things. As consumers, we want the latest clothes, the best TVs, and cell phones with the newest features. Company tell us to buy, and buy. Advertisement persuade us that newer is better and that we'll be happier with the latest products. The result is that we throw away useful possessions to make room for new ones. In the US, when consumers get rid of electronics, 80% of them go to a dump. Only about 18% of electronics are recycled. All around the world, we can see consequences of this throwaway lifestyles. Dump sites are mountains of garbage that just keep getting bigger. To lessen the amount of trash and to protect the environment, more governments are requiring people to recycle materials such as paper, plastic, and glass. However, only a small portion of what can be recycled is actually recycled. For example, in the United Kingdom, although about 60% of a household trash can be recycled, only 18% actually is. Even though recycling helps, it's not enough to solve a problem of too much trash. Maybe there is another solution. First, we need to repair our possessions instead of throwing them away. As consumer, we should think about how to fix something to make it last. Furthermore, we need to rethink our attitudes about spending. Do we really need the latest clothing styles when our closets are full of clothes? Repairing our possessions and changing our spending habits may be the best way to reduce the amount of trash and to take care of our environment. Okay, so that's the end of the reading. Now, what can you do to waste less? Think before you buy. Fix it or get it repaired, recycle, sell it, or give it away. You have listened the reading one. Now can you read it again and do the exercise? The first exercise about main ideas. There are 4 questions in this part. Now read the reading text again and answers these 4 questions. The author says that we are a throwaway society. What does this mean? What are 4 reasons why we throw things away? Why do consumers like disposable products? And the author gives her opinion in the last paragraph. What is it? Now read the text again and answer the question. This is the suggested answer for you. Now the next exercise about the details information. You have to answer this question from 1 to 4. However, it is not about the main ideas. You have to locate the details from the reading one to answer this question. What examples does the author give of products that we usually don't repair? You can find the information from reading one. What examples does the author give of disposable items? Why do consumers often get rid of useful possessions? And what do these numbers refer to in the article? Để tìm được các cái thông tin chi tiết trả lời cho các câu hỏi như này, đúng không ạ? Thì chúng ta sẽ định vị xem là các thông tin đó sẽ nằm trong bài đọc và nó nằm ở đâu. Thì bằng cách là các bạn sẽ phải xác định được cái keywords của câu hỏi, đúng không? Ví dụ như là gì ạ? Câu số 2 chẳng hạn, chúng ta sẽ có các cái keywords là gì? disposable items, đúng không? Vậy thì chúng ta sẽ tìm xem disposable item nó nằm ở đâu và xem người ta có liệt kê ra những cái tên sản phẩm là gì, thì đấy chính là cái disposable item. Hay là câu số 3 chúng ta sẽ có là gì? Projection, đúng không? Sẽ tìm cái đoạn nào nó xuất hiện projection và xem quanh đó, đúng không ạ? Người ta sẽ có những cái projection này, đúng không? Rồi các con số là gì? 1960, 2000, 80%, 18%, 60% hay 18%. Các bạn hoàn toàn có thể dễ dàng tìm nhanh được các con số này ở trong bài đọc, đúng không? Và sau đấy chúng ta sẽ đọc các cái thông tin đi sau đó để xem là vậy 80% này nó chỉ cái gì, 60% chỉ cái gì, 18% chỉ cái gì. Now let's do it. Okay, I hope that you found the details and the suggested answer. Now, after we finish the reading exercise, we move to the reading skill, identifying facts and opinion. You have to differentiate facts and opinion. Fact is something that people generally agree is true. Facts are sometimes supported by statistics or other numbers. Sự thật hiển nhiên, fact mà gì ạ? Là những cái điều gì đó mà tất cả mọi người đều biết, đúng không ạ? Và đều đồng ý rằng điều đó là đúng. Và nó sẽ được gì ạ? Support, bổ sung, hỗ trợ bởi các con số, các cái thống kê. For example, water freezes at 0 Celsius. Paper is one of the easiest material to recycle. Ai cũng biết rằng điều này là đúng, đúng không ạ? This is a fact. How about opinion is what a person thinks about something. Another person may not agree. Quan điểm, ý kiến là gì ạ? Là chỉ của một người thôi, đúng không ạ? Có thể người khác người ta sẽ không đồng ý, đúng không ạ? Sự khác biệt giữa facts và opinion như vậy rất là rõ ràng. Khi mà facts nó gọi là facts, tất cả mọi người đều đồng ý. Nhưng opinion thì chỉ một vài người, còn có thể một vài người khác thì không. English is an easy language to learn. I find it easy, but you don't, right? He finds it easy, but I don't. I find English is very difficult to learn. Có nghĩa đây chỉ là quan điểm cá nhân của một người hoặc một vài người, một nhóm người, chứ không phải tất cả mọi người đều nghĩ như vậy. Đúng không ạ? When reading, it's helpful to understand the difference between the facts and opinions. Some words can indicate an opinion. Well, to help you identify facts and opinion, you can use some words. If you see some words that indicates opinion, so it is opinion. Some word like think, believe, feel, and the phrase in my opinion. I say, I don't think English is an easy language to learn, right? The author believes advertising has a bad influence on our spending habits. Okay, so it is not difficult to differentiate facts and opinions, right? Now, I have 6 sentences. Can you differentiate what is facts and what is opinion? If it is a fact, write F. If it is an opinion, write O. And then compare your answers with your partner. Another interesting exercise about facts and opinion. What you have to do is to write a sentence with an opinion and a fact about each topic. You can use think, believe, feel, in my opinion. It means we have a topic. For example, the color. When you want to make a fact, you say colors can affect how people feel. It is a fact. How about opinion? I think pink is a beautiful color. Or I don't think pink is a beautiful color. It is up to you. Now about the topic cell phones, recycling plastic, paper, glass, shopping online. Can you make two sentences for each topic? One opinion and a fact. Now let's try.
Well, that's the end of the lessons. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you and see you.